Yeah, little buddy got my heart going there. Hey ranchers, Travis here with Predator Provisions, Fishes, and Herbs. Welcome back to another tarantula video. Today we're going to be doing a rehouse and care guide on Aphonopelma seemani, known as the Costa Rican zebra or striped knee tarantula. They're a terrestrial species. Okay, so let's start the build here. We're going to go ahead and start out with the reptisoil. I've got some sphagnum moss right here that I already wet a while ago. Squeezed it out really good. Because we do not want to keep this their substrate wet. Like I said, guys, they're from dry forest areas. So what we're going to do to give them, a little bit of moisture is we're going to have their water dish in there. And we're going to overflow it every few weeks, and then we're going to let it completely dry out in that corner before we overflow it again. And we're just going to keep the water dish full all the time. And then since they're going to burrow, I have an idea about how we might still be able to see them. If I use off rounded pieces of bark, position them just correctly, should give us a little window. Okay, I'm going to start out that piece there. So we're going to layer it, guys. So we're going to give him or her the options to burrow and do what they want to do. But we're just going to try and give ourselves little windows. That's starting to come together really nicely. So I'm thinking if I give him some shade like that, we might get him to be out more often. Play with your designs, guys. Always play with your designs. Because just because a care guide or something that you read says that they have a tendency to stay burrowed and all that, but let's look with what we did here. Multiple different places to go to hide, and with the leaving of that little bit of an opening right there, and then we've got this awning on top, which I kind of dig right now. Damp a little bit, if not young adult. Okay, y'all. Let's get them into the new home. And so for all the newbies out there, want to point out, you've got to be careful about urticating hairs. Not just the fact of them kicking them off at you, but see all that webbing down in there? There's urticating hairs that they will spread all over around their burrow, to their tunnel entrances, everything. So when you go to remove this substrate, goggles, face mask, long sleeve shirt, and gloves, come up with a plan of how you're going to do it. You don't want to get in your eyes. You don't want to breathe it in. I usually just take them straight out and then just dump the whole thing either straight into a bag upside down or straight into a garbage can. Close the lid on top of my hands and then just dump it over. Still wearing the face mask and everything. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take the branch out. And he's probably going to get a little worried about that. And there's two forms, if not more. I shouldn't say form, I guess, color morph. I think this might be blue form from Guatemala. You guys can see the color. He's not just normal brown. Very cool. Okay, so we're going to use our catch cup and our paintbrush. And we're going to try and do this as gently as possible. He was checking it out. He's not liking that very much. So what I'm going to try and do here is just scoop some of the dirt up under him. As I try and coax him in. Okay. Now we'll get our lid on. And I went ahead and drilled a hole on that other side. Look how beautiful. Now you can see I got a bunch of hairs and webbing on the paintbrush there. So keep that in mind, guys. You always want to be aware of your tools. And what you've touched with them. It's very important with tarantulas. You take your time. If you're nervous, they're nervous. Let's have our lid ready. Maybe I didn't think this through all the way. Back to the drawing board on that design. Very good, very good. Yeah, there you go. Okay guys, now I'm going to put in the description how to feed spiderlings, the juvies, how often. I'm going to put all that in the description. What an amazing spider. Can anybody else weigh in on the color? Somebody leave me a comment. He is just too legit to quit. So we're not going to feed him today. Like I said, the Rehouse is probably going to be too much for him. But they are a voracious eater, and they have a fantastic feeding response. We're going to go ahead and get the water dish filled up. I'm going to get something else. That's just what I had temporary. And then because the moss is still kind of wet, I'm not going to overflow the dish this time. I'm going to let it dry out some. Just gorgeous. Hey, I want to thank y'all for watching. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, share. And if you like exotic companion care guides and DIY enclosure videos and breeding videos, and make sure you follow us. And we've got another couple of really awesome rehouses coming up here in the next day or two. So stay tuned, y'all. And we'll see you on the next one.